First of all, welcome in my channel, and today I'm going to tell you about my membership plan. First of all, I will provide you .NET Core video tutorial, Dapper tutorial, REST API tutorial, Angular video tutorial. Not only video tutorial, I will provide you complete source code. Okay, and it's not only a simple video tutorial; it's a project-based video tutorial. So each technology have minimum 2 projects. So guys, this is a project-based courses in all technologies, just 800 rupees. And you focus that it's not only a technology, it's a roadmap. Okay, so that is the complete roadmap of .NET Core, and that video tutorial is providing you a past deal for you. Okay, so first of all, I will provide you .NET Core and video tutorial. It's not only it's not only simple video tutorial. Again, I repeat you, project-based video tutorial. So I will cover it, all design patterns and solid patterns and architectural designs. Okay, so I will give you clean architecture-based projects. Okay, so that is .NET Core, and that .NET Core used Entity Framework Core and SQL Server. In further video, I will use ADO.NET and the Dapper, and just after that, I will use Blazor for as a front end, and Angular as a front end, and the React as a front end. So use REST API. So it's a based on project, okay, and it's a roadmap so that we can cover all the topics of the full stack development. So this is only 800 rupees. I will you just pay me 800 rupees and get all video tutorials. Okay, so day by day. And if you are belong from other country, just pay $15, and it's only a one-time fees. That is, again I repeat you, one-time fees. Just only pay 800 rupees and get the source code and complete video tutorials. Okay, so how to get the deal? Just fill this form. That is your name, your email ID, your contact number. Contact number is not necessary. Transaction reference ID, order ID, or PayPal ID. If you are belong from India, just pay using UPI ID and just add your transaction reference ID. And after that, if you are belong from other country, just use this my PayPal ID, and this is, you can use this QR code also. Okay, and submit the form. After submitting your form, you will get a notification via email, and start your journey for the membership. Okay, so just find the link of this form in your video description box. So must. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and today I'm going to introduce you about the C# 13 features. Okay, so you know that C# 13 have lots of features in Visual Studio 2022 with the preview 7. Right now the current preview is preview 6 with the C# 12, but lots of features actually introduced by the Microsoft of C# 13. So today is the topic, and it's a very beautiful topic about the technology and lots of that knowledge about the C#. So let's get started with the C# 13. The first feature of the C# is enhanced params collections. Enhanced params collection, you can see the example of enhanced param collection. I mean to say that enhanced param collections support collections beyond just array. This allows you to use various collections types such as list, span, and enumerable with the params keyword. So you can see in the example where we have an enhanced param collections, that example. So let's elaborate your enhanced param collections example. The first one is the here we have a method that is print items. Accept a params parameter of type I enumerables of type string. This allow passing multiple collection of type I enumerable string. Okay, so using array, this method is called the array of strings. Okay, arrays are inherently compatible with the enumerable type of T. so there is no issue. So you can use it, a list of t. This method is called the list of string, also implemented by the enumerable type of t and can be passed directly. So you can see in the main method where we have a enumerable actually accept the simple string type messages with the array with the string, and list in the second parameter. In the second example we have using list of t, and the third one is mixed type also accept by using the params. So params is useful where you can pass any types of data in the enumerable type of string items, array type of items you can say. So the first thing is param, it's a simple string object. Second one is a list of type t, it's a type of string you can say, and the next type is the mixed type. The first parameter is string type as an object, and the next one is a list of the type string. So that is the enhanced param collection. You can use it in the C#13. If you notice that it's a flexibility, so you can pass different types of collection that implement this interface such as array, list and more. Compatibility. This compiler ensure compatibility with any collections type that implements enumerable type of t, and has add method enhance the usability of the params keyword. So the next feature is a new lock object. New lock object in C#13 introduced with the .NET 9 provide a more efficient mechanism for the thread synchronization. The system.threading.lock, it's a type offer improved performance over the traditional monitor. Okay, so here we have an example of new lock object. So you can see in the example where we have a thread 1 and thread 2 in the main method, and each method, that is method 1 and method 2, have a lock enter scope method. So first of all, explain about the lock initialization. A static instance of system.threading.lock is created, and thread correction creations by using the thread 1 and thread 2, and running a separate method, that is method 1 and method 2. Now entering the lock scope, the enter scope method of the lock object is called to enter a critical section. This method return a ref struct, ref structure, which implements the dispose pattern, ensuring that the lock is released when the scope end. If the scope is end, that means lock is released. The using statement ensures that the lock is properly released even if the exception occurs within the scope. So by using the using, you can just deallocate your resources, so that using statement ensure that the lock is properly released even if it is exception occurs within the scope. And the next one is thread.slip with 1000 milliseconds to stimulate work inside the critical section. Lock release. Lock release, I mean to say that the lock is automatically released at the end of the using block. So what is the benefit of this using the lock in a scope? So the performance is what? Provide better performance for the certain synchronization scenarios compared to the monitor. Scope management, the use of the scope and enter scope and the dispose pattern ensure that the locks are correctly managed and released. So using statement to ensure that all the locks are released, so that we can release the memory. So here we have a log.enter scope and log.enter scope. It's lock and perfectly execute the methods. So that is the new lock object in C#13. Continue in the third one, that is new Scap sequence. New Scap sequence, I mean to say that introduce a new character, that is \e. What about the \e for the Scap character? That is Unicode 001b. has been introduced that simplified the inclusion of the scap character in a string compared to the older method using U001B. Okay, so what is the output of this one? That is actually scap sequence character is used to represent the scap character in the string. This particularly useful in scenarios such as sending control sequence to terminal or other device that is interpret scap sequence. So it will give me a colorful result. I mean to say that hello, and just after that you can use scap sequence character, that is \E, so that it will return the hello world with word is a green color. Okay, so when you run this code in the terminal that support Unsafe scap code, you will see hello word and the word display in a green. Okay, and the next feature is that is implicit index accesses. Implicit index access in object initializer allowing the use of the XOR operator. So you can see in the array where we have a XOR operator indexing from the end directly in object initializer expressions. So you can see in the buffer we have a XOR operator, and the readability of the initialization collection of array is more readable format. So I want to explain it by the elaboration of this example of implicit index accesses. You know that here we have a class time remaining has a property buffer. Okay, it's a type of array, and which is an array of type integer of the size 10. And when you initialize the object of the class time remaining, you can see here we have a countdown as a time as a object here. The XOR operator is used to initialize the element of the buffer array from the end. So you can see 0 initialize in the buffer object, and the last element, that is 1 to 10. So set the second to last element, and so you can see in the each and every index have a XOR operator. So when the code is executed, it initializes the array to count down from 9 to 0. Okay, and print the values. So it's a reversible order. Countdown.buffer, I mean to say that it a reversible order. So the readability is using the XOR operator in object initialization make the code more readable and expressive, especially when dealing with the reverse indexing. Okay, so it's more beneficial in the C#13. And the next is, and important, is method group natural type. In method group natural type help resolve overloads more efficiently. So here you can see that overload have a print method. By pruning candidate method based on their scope, this make is easier to work with the method groups, especially when assigning them to delegates or variable. Okay, so let's elaborate this example first. Method overload. These overload of the print method are defined: one that takes an integer, one that takes a string, and one that take both an integer and the string. Okay, assigning method group to delegate. In the main method you can see the first one is method group are assigned to delegate with the specific signature. The compiler infers the natural type based on the delegate type. Action type of int you can see in the method group. Print, assign the print method to the print delegate, and The second one is assign the print method to print string delegate. Okay, and the last one is assign the print method to print string delegate. So that is the delegate to assign a method. And here we have a using the delegate. These delegates are invoked with appropriate arguments. So you can see that print 42 hello world and 42 and a hello world. So that is the print string and print int by using the delegate. So just call it only print method by the delegate, and delegate have a that action type of int string and int of string. Okay, so using the delegate are invoked with the appropriate argument, demonstrating that the correct method overloads are called. Using where method also in the last second line, the method group is assigned to where variable with the explicit cast to action of type integer and string. This demonstrates the compiler ability to infer the natural type of the method group. And what about the benefit of this method group natural type? Improved overload resolution. By pruning candidate method based on the scope, the compiler can more efficiently determine the appropriate method to assign a delegate or a variable. Okay, so the next C# feature is ref and unsafe in async method and the iterators. Okay, ref and unsafe in async method. So you can see here we have a struct ref local variable and unsafe context within the async method and iterators. Okay, these changes enhance the flexibility and performance of the async and iterator method by calling the unsafe safe uses of ref structure and unsafe code. So let's get started with the elaborate of this example. The first one is a structure definition. A simple structure myStruct is defined within a integer field value. Async method, here we have a async method that is process data, declare a ref that is reference variable, ref int value ref myStruct dot value. Okay, it's a reference variable, you can say local variable that is value ref. Okay, that reference the myStruct dot value. This method performs an asynchronous operation using await task dot delay with the 1000 milliseconds. After the asynchronous operation, the value referenced by the ref is modified, demonstrating the ref local variable retained its reference across the async boundary. In the main method, you can see it's a process data method to await its completions. So await process data is so here we have a simple example of this one. And the last one is extension type, and this is my favorite. What about the extension type? Extension type, that do not need to modify your existing class. We just extend our functionality. That is the extension method extensions used in a previous C#12. But right now we use extension type in C#13 with the new method, properties, and even indexes to existing types. So here we have an example adding a method and property to a string type. Okay, so implicit extension, the implicit extension string extensions for the string declaration means the method and the property defined within this block will be available for instance on the string type without needing to qualify them with the extension type name. Okay, so is not null or empty, and it is empty, then it will return is string is not null or empty. It's a return to the boolean types. So it's a similar to your extension type, but you can take it your action type instead of your inside it in the class. So the implicit versus explicit extension is, using implicit means the extension is automatically available on the target type. If you need explicit, you would need to cast the object to the extension type to use the extension members. So it's a wonderful features in C#13. You can check it. Thank you very much for watching.